right anyway. Fourth game starting now in Turtle Rock. It's no close spawn. In Gera Cup you play Turtle Rock with close spawn enabled. Not like on the W3 Arena version of the map. So close spawn could have made for a really interesting game with like Mass Archer, Mass Ancient of War with Nature's Blessing. But it is not, so we're not gonna see that here. We're gonna see Demon Hunter Mirror again, as always pretty much. And then it's about if they want to go into Dried Bear play or into Archer Talon play again. Talon play could definitely be a good thing on this map, because what's also strong about Talon play in the Null versus Orc matchup on this map is most of the creeps on this map have heavy armor, like especially a level 7 turtle here, which has really awesome consumable items, most of the creeps here, and most of the creeps here. And all of the creeps here. And all of the creeps here. So it's like Talons just make it so easy to creep those spots with the Fairy Fire for the level 7 turtle, for example. And also with their magic damage they just deal bonus damage to the heavy armor all over the map. So that's definitely quite good. What we could also see on this map is that they usually go for additional archers anyway in Isle of Mirror. But what we could see happen here is that one, especially Foggy probably, will maybe try to harass with his Demon Hunter while at the same time creeping this here with 3 archers by shadow melding one here in between the huts. You can see them here because it wasn't scouted yet. There's the 2 Murloc huts there, so you shadow meld 1 archer in between and place 2 archers behind that 1 shadow melded archer, so the creeps can attack those 2 archers and those 2 archers just creep the whole spot. Lawliet wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, got the Slivers of Agility, which is really awesome for him, while Foggy got the Gauntlets of Strength, which is not exactly the best. And both again going for an exact mirror, basically going for that early attack, and both building additional archers. None of them going for any early hunters play so far in this best of 5. Foggy actually managed to get the Wisp there. Lawliet didn't detonate it, that's really good for Foggy. I mean, it's 25 XP and losing a Wisp is never nice for Lawliet, of course. Lawliet just wants to creep some more now while Foggy wants to keep him busy. Since his archers over here though, so it doesn't seem like he wants to go for this. Maybe it's not really worth it in Isle of Mirror, I'm honestly not entirely sure. Because I guess if he would go for it and Lawliet would realize that there's no archers around really, he would maybe just try to go for this. And get that Goblin Shot, get that important Watcher Ward. Because especially with this kind of positioning of the bases, this Watcher Ward will be so important. Whoever gets this one will have quite a big edge, usually at least, unless he pays a lot for it. Lawliet wins this trade here because he has the Slippers of Agility and also more archers early on. Still, Foggy pulled the creeps here and keeps Lawliet busy a bit, but the 2 Augur Warriors were too far away, so Lawliet actually gets the Augur Magi here, but it's so risky. It's quite dangerous for him. Gets the Augur Magi, gets the Pendant of Energy, which he's maybe gonna sell. Still loses an archer for it, but it's completely worth it, I would say. But still, Foggy once more. We'll get the dust now. Actually surrounds the archer even though it's shadow meld. He doesn't see it and still got the surround, it's beautiful. He didn't get the dust because it's in cooldown. It's still in cooldown, it's almost ready. Lawliet got that one earlier. So that archer still cannot be killed, and Foggy lost a lot of HP to the creeps here. So it's still really good for Lawliet, especially because Lawliet got his level 2. Foggy has better items though at this point, but he also paid for the Circle of Ability, so that's debatable. Both hitting tier 2. Hunter's Hall again for Lawliet. There's no Hunter's Hall for Foggy, so it's gonna be Archer Talon play again for Foggy. Both going for the Naga, and Lawliet will play his Archer Bear strategy again. Although, I really have to say I think Archer Talon is definitely stronger. But it seems like Lawliet just prefers this kind of playstyle. Especially on this map with the Talons, like I explained earlier with the heavy armor creeps on this map, like you can see it here. Taking bonus damage from magic attacks. Talons are especially better on this map, I would say. But still, Lawliet has quite an edge in this game so far. They have roughly the same army supply, same wisp supply, but Lawliet has a bit of better hero levels. and just more items. He has the Watch Award, which is quite a big deal. If Foggy Space would be over here, it would be a different story, but like this, it's really, really good for Lawliet. Foggy instantly creeps this, and we've seen it from Foggy, can't speak. We've seen it from Foggy already, that he likes to expand quite a lot, already brings the Wisp here, so he's gonna expand right away, it seems, without getting the Ancient of Wind first. So it's kind of a greedy expansion, gets a Sobi mask, which is actually quite nice for this Naga. Has to be careful about his Demon Hunter, but he's actually fine. And if Lawliet doesn't expect this and doesn't scout it in time, Lawliet might really get into trouble for this. Because the thing is, with Lawliet's playstyle, he's gonna be heavily delayed. Like, until he actually gets something out of his tech and bears and all that, he needs tier 3 and Master Upgrade. So there's a nice timing window for Foggy to go for something like this. But Lawliet keeps this in mind, sends the Wisp, and actually doesn't go for a single Ancient of Lore, this time he goes for double Ancient of Lore, and he will go into proper Dryad Spares and not build all too many arches. So he actually is switching it up. Now the question is, will Foggy realize that in time? He is scouting the main base, he's also going to scout the expansion to Reds, but to see what Lawliet was creeping, or in this case was not creeping. But Foggy actually not scouting the main base, he's just scouting the expansions. And it's all he cares about at the moment. But he should really scout at main base, I believe. I mean, he's still fine if he goes for Ultra Talents, and he's also getting actually only one Ancient of Wind. I thought this was maybe double Ancient of Wind, but it's actually Ancient of Wonders. Foggy definitely needs double Ancient of Wind if Lawliet goes into a lot of bears. Finds a Claws of Attack plus 12 here, which is really awesome. Double Claws of Strength makes the use of him to stay alive, but it's not the best item, really. While Lawliet found the Endurance Aura. Alright. Endurance is definitely better than Claws plus 12 at this point, because with Endurance he deals more damage anyway. And balances out with Claws plus 12 usually. I mean, Foggy's Demon Hunter does a lot of damage, but with Endurance Aura, Lawliet will have a much easier time chasing, first of all, and also running away. Although against Talents running away, I guess that's maybe not the best idea. Unless they're out of mana or something. But this time Lawliet will actually have Dryads with this spell against the Cyclone. He has that Endurance Aura, so he's much faster across the map, he can creep faster. And really in the fight it makes a big difference. Endurance Aura is so strong in this case. But Foggy has his expansion, he's just not getting his Entangled Goldmine because he built it too far away. He built it so far away because the creeps were in the way earlier. And it didn't pay off at all for him yet. Lawliet being aggressive, getting the shop here, he scouted this in time still. Foggy not doing anything with it, so it's a dead 340 gold, and it made it so his talents and tech and everything just came a lot later. Not sure if that's really worth it. Foggy is completely stacked on items, has a lot of invul pods, heal scroll. Gives up his History of Life though, he wouldn't be able to save it, because first of all he would have to go back to main base to heal up, and then go there, and he just wouldn't be able to do it in time. If he would TP here instantly, he would just be too low in HP. Drops the dust to pick this item up here. Another Soapy Mask? That's crazy, it's gonna be infinite for Lightning. Foggy keeps his talents in base just to make sure they are safe. He doesn't want to let them get caught by Dryads or Naga. TP's now, but he's still on Moonwell trees, he doesn't have enough healing. He needs more healing spells, but he can't get them right now. He has the shop though back in his base, so he can easily get healing potions and such things. But still 41 against 49 supply in favor of Lawliet, and Lawliet has the Endurance Aura. And Foggy tries to go for an Insane Demon Hunter focus and dished out so much damage to force Lawliet to TP, which is quite good for him at this point. He needs that additional time. But still 41 out of 20 supply, he needs to rebuild 3 Moonwells. He still has less supply, less resources, and he still has to invest quite some resources into this Moonwells as well. While Lawliet is going for a Tree of Life at an expansion spot where Foggy actually crept it. So usually if you creep a spot yourself, you expect the expansion less, so it's kind of a mind game. But maybe Foggy will keep it in mind, but he has a lot to scout on this map to see everything here. And it's not going to be all too easy to do. If he doesn't scout this in time, even now, he would need to scout it now to be able to cancel it still. But he won't be able to cancel it because he has to defend the space, he has to play really defensively. So Lawliet seems to be in a good way to equalize the series to 2-2, but we never want to count Foggy out of this. He had a really nice comeback last game already. And he can still definitely do that comeback, although it's gonna be quite hard at this point, I think, if that expansion actually comes up for Lawliet. Ultra Vision coming in now as well, right before nighttime, and also Wellspring Upgrade. It's done really fast, as you can see here, so he still gets it in time. Foggy doesn't have that, he has no Hunter's Hall. So the thing for Lawliet is he just has much better sustain in general. He has a lot more Moonwell juice, he has his spares for rejuvenation and all that. Foggy relies a lot more on healing strolls, as you can see here. And he sold one of his Sobi masks actually, because one Sobi mask is enough, I guess. And he rather wants another healing scroll for the 200 gold that he gets out of Sobi mask. Of course heal scroll is 250, but you get the point.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now Foggy finally has his mass upgrade, gets more talents now, and still wants to creep a little bit. But this expansion, it will be running quite soon, and Lawliet is happy with just creeping more as well, as long as this expansion survives. Ring of Regeneration, I almost can't speak anymore. It's not really the best, but it's also really quite fine, I think. I think it's quite underrated sometimes. But it's definitely okay. And also, I actually forgot to update the score, that's my bad, it's 2-1 for Foggy. Thanks for telling me, guys. And now it's double level 4 heroes for Foggy against level 4 and level 3 for Lawliet, so Foggy actually has the hero advantage. But he has 10 less supply, and Lawliet has an expansion running. It didn't fully pay off yet, but it will quite soon. Lawliet also has the Watch Award, so Foggy doesn't know about this.
Town is under siege.
He knows now though. Moves back, gets Tinker. We saw the Dark Ranger as third hero earlier, because she's really nice to silence talents, especially mainly to have Dr. Arrow against Mass Archers. But that's not the case in this game. Lawliet went more into Dryad Spares, so Tinker is better at this point. He gets a Tinker for the Goblin Factory, Pocket Factory it's actually called, to have that additional blocking and just keep the bears away from his units. I'll just drop him. It's like light escort, and it's quite annoying for the players if he likes too much and Wolf likes so much. Oftentimes it's crazy. So I think it's fine like this. Lawliet still has more supply, and he has double the gold income, and he's actually getting a Mountain Giant. He has the Mountain Giant already. That's really cool. That's actually not a troll at this point, it's actually quite good. Because Mountain Giants deal bonus damage to the archers still, they are quite tanky, they have medium armor, and bears have heavy armor, so bears take bonus damage from the talents, while Mountain Giants don't take bonus damage from anything, they actually take reduced damage from piercing and magic. So they're actually quite valuable. In his position, he's starting to get unit upgrades as well, just chilling as main base. He just wants to play defensive until his expansion maybe gets attacked, so he will TP there. Pulls his Swiss already as well, wants to TP them as well to dispel Cyclone, Verifier, dispel the mana on the talents. Pocket Factory quite defensively, doesn't want to get it killed instantly. But there's the Mountain Giants here, although there's no upgrades for the Mountain Giants yet, so they can still be Cycloned. Easily gets dispelled by the Dryad though, actually no, by the Wisps. But Lawliet's Naga, she's really in trouble, she might die here. Beautiful block by the bear, and the rejuvenation will keep her alive, another rejuvenation just on top of it. That's really nice Naga focus by Foggy, but it wasn't quite enough. It was really close though. But it still looks really good for Foggy. He has a lot of damage output still, and Lawliet lost his Naga in the end. It kept Foggy's team quite busy for quite some time, but it's still fine. But Lawliet still has that expansion on the other hand. But there's another heal scroll. Foggy out of heal scrolls at this point though, and now there's infinite Cyclone for that Demon Hunter. Although there's still quite some dispel, 5 dispels in fact in total. For Lawliet, and there's not so many Cyclones anymore, actually no more Cyclone at all. And now Foggy's heroes are getting into quite some trouble. He doesn't have TP, so he can't really get out of here. No Staff of Preservation, no Staff of Teleportation, anything, and there's the GG. Foggy wouldn't have been able to keep his heroes alive, it was just too much. Expansion was still up as well. And Lawliet equalizes the series 2-2, and we're gonna go into a 5th game in this beautiful best of 5 series.